Eileen Quinzel.
Why did you say that name?
We can't save everyone in this war. It's not what we came here to do.
But it's what I'm going to do.
So hi, welcome to Binge Buddies, the Just Us League, or Hall of Just Us. I can't remember which one I called it. Which one was it?
Hall of Just Us.
All right, so we're gonna go with Hall of Just Us. That works better too. So
Just the four.
We're off to a great start in this new season, folks.
hey, what season have I ever started by getting the name correct?
What's a season anyway?
Yeah.
Which one of these podcast series have we done that he's ever got the name correct all the way through ever?
Yeah, so
Those are all
He'll get it right at the last episode. Like that is as per tradition.
yeah, that's how we do. But here we are, starting a new show. We're done with horror movies for a little while, actually for a long while, because this one's going to take quite a bit. There's a lot of these.
If you listen to Ryan, we're going into a different kind of horror show.
Ryan's a little negative, and we're going to do our best to try to swing him over to the dark side.
He's negative, really? No, he's not negative. He's so positive. Like he's the most positive person I've ever positived of positiveness. Positive.
Yeah.
whatever that means.
You get that out of your system, Matt? We good now?
Yeah.
Smart ass.
So we are
You've
doing.
missed me. Admit it.
Yeah, it's been a month.
It's been more than a month, hasn't it?
Yeah.
It's been more than a month. Yeah, like because we recorded our Christmas special in the beginning of December.
Yeah, and now it is the beginning of February. So yeah, it's been a long time.
2 months.
I had to disappear to Brazil for a few weeks, and that made recording a little difficult. So everything got put on hold. So for me, 2026 starts now, and I skipped January. Did I miss anything?
No.
No, not really. This is kind of a dry month.
Yeah, nothing really.
Not
happened.
here. It's not been dry here at all. It's been raining all the time.
It was
Only
raining
the
a lot in
best for
Brazil,
you,
too,
Matt.
So yeah,
Well, it's just very, very English weather.
yeah. It's apparently also very Brazilian weather. Like it was sunny all morning, then raining all afternoon, pretty much every day.
Yeah, but you got the sunny in the morning. We just got rain.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Do
great.
you realize how old man this is that we're talking about the weather?
No. This is old man. I'm going to shake my fist at the weather now.
I mean, it's getting worse. We're about to start bitching about 10-year-old movies. So
Yeah.
fantastic.
Here we go.
12-year-old movie.
Yep.
This one.
All right. So if we did not say it clearly,
No,
enough,
wait, it's
we're-
13 years old because of 2026 now as well.
They're old
Shit
movies.
me.
Polish a turd, it's still a turd.
You can talk about these great movies. Some are
I mean-
great. Some are legitimately great. Of the entire franchise I'm talking about. Some are legitimately some of the worst things that ever been put to comic book movie history. Looking at Wonder Woman 1984.
Comic book movie history. I just thought we were just going to just movie history.
Oh my god, that is gonna. That is going to be in contention of one of the worst movies we've covered on this show. At least as I remember it. I mean, maybe it's not Hobbs and
I mean,
Shaw.
it's got to be pretty bad to be worse as bad as Die Hard 5, Hobbs and Shaw
Friday the 13th.
5.
It was.
Yeah, part 5.
No, no, wait. Time out. I missed
that
up.
bad.
I messed up Friday the 13th with Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
There's
Nightmare on
some
Elm
bad
Street
ones.
as well.
Most of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The remake, the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street for sure.
Yeah.
I can't see it being as bad as that. I don't think I'm going to come out of Wonder Woman 1984 needing a shower.
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
Looking at the list, there's so many of these films that I haven't seen.
Oh,
Like,
this is gonna be so fun.
Yeah,
it is?
I saw all of these in theaters with the exception of the very last one. So Aquaman was the one that I skipped, and that was just due to timing. But the rest of and I guess Blue Beetle never did. Was it in theaters? If it did, I missed that one.
Yeah,
too, but,
it was.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see Zack Snyder's Justice League in theater?
Well, kind of.
Oh,
I've
you
seen
played it for you played it for yourself, didn't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. But I have seen it in a theater, yes.
Brian owns a series of movie theaters.
No, I do not.
He's a movie theater mogul. He just has
Nope.
all these, and he just
have
like
you ever-
closed the doors and like played it for himself. He just like took up all the rows. He's one selfish bastard.
You ever hear of AMC? This is BMC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic. All right, but we have to,
BDC, Brian Dressel Cinemas.
yeah, and then you got DC in there, and then I'm all happy because I do love
Exactly.
DC comics. Yeah, this is all
That's
great.
that's why you needed the cinema to yourself, because you were super happy.
Yeah, well, no one else wanted to come.
Brian made all this effort just for a play on words. That's really all it's about.
Yeah.
I mean, that does sound on brand for me.
Kind
Don't
of.
ask why the floors
Yeah.
are sticky in his cinema.
And now we're moving into some dark territory. We're gonna go back to the
Speaking of dark,
And now we're back.
yeah, and now we're back.
full circle.
All right, well we'll start with, as we like to do. We're gonna start with the trailer for Man of Steel.
I forgot we did that.
Yeah.
It's
Well, I
been
mean,
that long since we recorded one of these things. I
Well, we
forgot
do
about the
it-
trailers.
for a few reasons. One, because it's fun. Two, because we have to make sure that our monetizing keeps getting turned off every single time we do one of these things. Because they get really mad at us for doing this. But I do this for fun, not for money. So here we go. Can you still hear me? Did we cut out?
Yep.
Okay. If we talk over it, they don't monetize. They don't get as mad at us. So we gotta
That's
comment
fine.
on this wonderful thing that we're watching.
You just said watch this thing. I
Be
don't
an
know what's
outcast.
wonderful about it.
I'll kill him.
I mean,
I will say this: the score to this movie,
He'll be a god to them.
top notch.
score is great. Cinematography is great.
I'll give you cinematography.
Like,
It is like that's the one thing that I really like about like these two films
What if a
in
child
particular.
dreams
They
of
have
becoming
shot
something other than what society had
phenomenally well.
intended?
Like you
Yeah.
look at them and they have a very comic
What if a
book
child
panel
is
feel
violent
to them
and
as
great?
well.
Yes.
The whole movie
You can tell
does,
he
yeah.
cares. You can tell he cares about the look, and I appreciate that because I'm a big
My son was
cinematographer. guy.
in the bus.
That has to be a Zack Snyder thing, right? Because I remember watching
He
Watchmen,
saw what
and
Clark did.
that movie narratively is a mess, which I'm guessing is probably tied to what the graphic novel's like. But it really it has the look and the feel
Pretending I'm your
and the
son.
kind of heft you want everything
You
to
are my
have in
son.
an action movie like this.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I've noticed through even Man of Steel so far is that there's heft and a weight to everything, right?
everything.
Like you see him, it's not just like weightless, I'm flying. It is I need to brace myself and then push momentum behind me to zoom, and it's that sense of weight that really makes the action work that much more.
There was
I
one
mean-
bit in this film
Never
actually
quite
where there
fit
was
in.
like where the CGI didn't hold up in that, and it had that weightlessness to it, and it was on the oil rig where he jumps across. It just looks very kind of like dodgy.
See, for
But
me, it's
apart from
that.
that,
It's that one, and then when
Everything.
he's like rises himself up to fly it. I think it's that Zod or the girl.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
horizontal.
And he's like talking, and his horse like that looked a little funky.
Yeah.
But like that's 2 shots in a 2.5
Yeah.
hour movie.
Right.
and it's a 12, 13-year-old film as well.
Yeah.
Like
But like this still looks incredible. This looks
Yeah.
almost
Yeah.
better than the James Gunn movie last year.
it has it's CGI where they actually have some sort of physical presence to it.
Yeah.
There are tricks that they pull too a little bit where they add a little bit of like extra stuff happening around some of the characters where it kind of blurs the lines and doesn't show the blemishes as much. A lot of video games will do stuff like that too, where it's like polygonally it's going to look like a very chunky thing, but because we add different layers and shades on top of it, it obscures things enough to make it still have that sense of realness to it.
How about
Excuse me.
Did he? Like, say
It's
what
a
you
great
will,
trailer.
Ryan. That's a good trailer.
It's a very good
gets
trailer.
That gets you pumped to see a Superman movie. Whether or not
I mean,
you
to be
enjoy
fair-
the ride, that's a good setup.
A lot of this series has really good trailers. Like remember the
Yeah.
the first trailer for Suicide Squad? That was fantastic. Wasn't the
Yeah.
film that we actually got?
No, we never saw that movie. I'm taking off my Batman hat. I'll wear that for the next episode more. It's just not comfortable.
I mean, like, I'm disappointed you didn't take off the Batman hat and put on a Superman hat, to be honest.
I would have laughed to take off the Batman hat and put on a different bat symbol.
I do have a Green Lantern hat. I could have swapped that out for. No, I don't have a Superman hat. But yeah, so let's start kind of like in the beginning of this thing. So I have an unfair tie to this movie. My wife worked on this movie. She was basically on the entire show.
Your wife is Amy Adams. Wow.
I mean, no. I'd much rather my wife. Trying to date an actor sounds horrible.
Can you imagine Brian on a red carpet?
I mean, I've had to be at red carpets before. They're not fun environments. Why anyone likes them is beyond me, but whatever.
Well, it's like, I think it's the fact that if you're a somebody, it's quite fun because if you've got that ego,
Doesn't look like it.
Well, no, like because if you're somebody who has the ego of like, yeah, everyone loves me, like that, it must like it'd be boosting the ego of like where they're going, yeah, look over here, smile, smile, smile. If you're a nobody, they go, oh, who the fuck's that? Oh, who cares about that? Like,
But
that's just gonna crush your ego.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to be noticed, so like,
Yeah.
still
Yeah, me
sounds like a
neither.
nightmare to me. Where it's like, I just want to be the wallflower. Hey, here's a bunch of microphones. Say something stupid.
Yeah. No, it looks.
I do that for free here. Like,
Yeah. I mean, like, my ideal, if I was ever on a red carpet, I'd just wear a completely red suit and crawl through it, just so, like, no one can see me. Just be like, what's that lump? that
like
I'm
some
moving?"
sort of ghillie suit.
Yeah.
you depending on your agent, you can just say no. I'm not doing the red carpet. That does happen more than you'd think. A lot of premieres were like they weren't there. They weren't the red carpet. No, they were there. They just didn't want to talk to people. They just go around. But either way, so let's kind of start at the very beginning of this thing. So we had been in a bit of a Superman drought for a long time. We had the Christopher Reeves films. They tried to take another crack at it with Bryan Singer in that movie when
Brandon Routh who played him in that one?
he wasn't bad. But we
Oh, he was
Kevin
pretty
Spacey-
good.
He was better
pretty
as
good, too.
Adam in Legend of Tomorrow.
He was. The Lex Luthor, Kevin Spacey was fucking horrible. What was her name who played Lois Lane? She was not a great Lois Lane.
Rachel.
Who was it?
That's the new one. That's Rachel Brosnan's the new one.
No, I wasn't thinking that one. But wasn't it Rachel? Wasn't it Rachel?
Kate something.
No, Kate Bosworth.
Kate Bosworth.
Kate
there you go.
Bosworth. Yeah, that was it.
I don't think she's a bad actor at all, but she just wasn't a great Lois. Like the movie just felt like a misstep entirely. So we just didn't get anything until Christopher Nolan went and knocked the Dark Knight stuff out of the park. Like, let's do it again for Superman, and we're gonna hire Zack Snyder. And half the world went yay, and the other half went fuck, and and no one has changed their opinion since.
I think one half of those has changed their opinion a bit. They're now just like, fuck, you guys are idiots.
Yeah.
Like they now just get very insulting to anyone who likes the films.
Well, now they've got the added smugness of having another superhero film based off of Superman that is considered good. So, they got the justification they don't need or deserve.
Yeah, so it is what it is. I've made the argument before. I'm going to make it again. I am not a huge Snyder bro. I have liked Zack Snyder movies in the past. I'm Snyder curious. He can be fun. But there is nothing in these movies, and I will die on this hill, with the exception of Cassandra Cain in Birds of Prey, that is not at least somewhat established in a book somewhere. Whether or not you appreciate his approach, you agree with his approach, totally valid arguments to be had. But everything in here does come from comics in one way or another. They just might not be your favorite ones. They might be the more sour, kind of sad Superman stuff. But it's all based in something that Zack Snyder, Deborah Snyder, Chris Terrio, I probably butchering his last name, but these people read and experienced. So there is some baseline there. As long as we can somewhat agree on that, we can have the argument from there. Are we good?
I think that's the thing that you get looking at these films, that like clearly Zack Snyder is a fan of DC Comics, because there's little things, there's little bits in the films, like just in the background, like that you don't. Someone who is like a casual, like, oh, I've read these 5 comics to prepare me for this film, wouldn't have put into the background. Like, and I know it's next week's episode, but in the Batman and Superman fight, in the background there's Ace Chemicals.
Yeah,
like it's very subtle, but that's a key thing in there in the sort of like the DC's world.
Matt, just to go off your point, when they're fighting, I mean, at the final battle between Zod and Superman, they blow up a Luthor Corp or a Lex Corp tanker, and then when the satellite
Wayne Enterprises satellite,
it's a Wayne Enterprise satellite. So I mean, they're building up to something. Yeah. So.
And it's like there's been an argument, and like we'll kind of start here, because the movie is, as Matt put it in our chat, a series of vignettes. I think this works thematically, because I take it sort of like the Infinity War movie of like, we're gonna see a stone, we're gonna have a little story about how Thanos gets that stone, he's gonna use that stone, we're moving on to the next thing. This one has a similar approach of this is an event in Superman's life, this is why he's gonna make this decision, this is the decision he's making. And it's not as well executed as Infinity War, but the story and the framework works for me. Like I get it. Like this is where he's at. This is how he got here. This is what he's doing. And like they kind of do that a series of times. We have that like with his dad. We have it with him like saving the kids on the bus. What are the other flashbacks? Him like in the bar smashing that one dude's truck. Like we get all these things that kind of like this is how he got from like being a childhood to being, do I want to be Superman or do I want to be Clark Kent? And that's really what the movie comes down to me. That is the theme and the story of the movie, of this god from another planet. Does he want to be a human or does he want to be a god? And that's a pretty standard Superman story.
The reason why the setup works for me is because everybody else except Superman is well established in this. Like everybody gets an introduction where it's pretty clear who you are, what your motivations are. And Clark Kent is just sort of a big question mark when you start. And each of these vignettes sort of cascade into helping him understand, develop, and decide who he wants to be. The whole movie is basically, who do you want to be? Yeah. With all this power and all this responsibility, who do you want to be?
Oh, easy there, Spider-Man.
So for me, it's choppy. And
sure.
It does not make a blended narrative. I get what you're saying, and I get it from the vignette, but most people going in here that want to see a Superman movie know Superman. In some of the most casual terms ever, it's a very simple story. I get, and I see what Snyder's trying to do to try to dig out the mythos and have him to have it be a bigger arc. People might not necessarily be open to that. You know, you get all these different, you get these vignettes, but you know, and they're Snyderized, I'm going to call them. But it's just a very choppy story to get where we want to be. And, you know, if you take the Kill Bill argument about, you know, or that last little bit where he's talking about Superman's disguise that he wears is Clark Kent. You don't get that until the last 10 seconds of the movie when he gets introduced as Clark Kent to Lois Lane. Like it's weird because it's, you know, when you go into these movies and you're expecting a Superman movie, you're not expecting him to try to find his identity. I think that's what threw most people off.
Oh, for sure.
Is the fact that it's like you said, it's a journey. It's a coming of who he is. I can take that for what it is, but for me, this is only the second time I've seen this movie, and it's still choppy. And I tried to see it for what it is, and I tried to see it through that lens. I'm entertained by these movies. I'm not the biggest fan of them. That's how I'm going to be nice and say that.
This movie should be seen as a prologue, you know, a broad prologue as to what's coming next. And I can see why that would be frustrating for some if you walked into there and just came out being like, well, this is just a preamble to the Justice League movie.
Right.
But I don't see it that way personally. I think it's a, you know, we talk about how well-known, well-trodden the origin story of Superman is, but it's very two-dimensional in how it's told usually. You know, oh, he's an alien that comes from Earth who raised in Kansas, and then he decides to be for good justice in the American way or something like that. But like,
Truth, Justice, the American way. You were close though. For a non-Superman fan, you were damn close.
I am probably the least fan of Superman, frankly.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. but we'll touch on it a little bit next week. You know, everybody knows the Batman story,
yes,
right? And Batman versus Superman does a fantastic job of giving you the whole picture of who Batman is or who Bruce Wayne becomes within a small vignette.
Yeah.
You know, They could have done the same thing with Superman here, but I like that we get more exposure to Krypton, his family lineage, some of the politics behind what came to be and destroyed Krypton. And that also informs not just him, but it informs, now I can't remember the guy's last, Zod. Yeah.
Zod.
Now, this is where I tend to push back. You know, if he's supposed to come into America and represent and live among them, you know, then why the subplot that has not gone anywhere since this movie, the Codex. The Codex is not mentioned at all for the rest of the. I mean, it's like, you know, the history and the lineage and all that stuff is inside Clark, and we never hear about it again.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
It's a plot point to.
That makes no sense.
Well, no, it's a plot point that is used to sort of drive the last act of like Zod, like, you know, wanting to, like, it's not referenced again because, like, why would he want to access that information? Like, why would he want to strip himself away? Like, and and bring back Krypton because it's not like they'd have to destroy the Earth, and he wouldn't want to do that.
But they've got
and
those.
then
They have those Matrix pod things. Isn't that supposed to be like the precursor before
the birthing
you
chamber,
insert?
basically.
Yeah, and those all get destroyed and split to pieces at some point. Isn't that what causes Zod to crash out pretty badly?
Yeah. But there's also we have to remember when Zack Snyder made this movie, this was supposed to be part 1, Man of Steel 2 was supposed to come out, then a Batman movie, then Batman vs Superman. And that got ruined by Warner Brother higher up saying, no, we want Batman vs Superman next. So some of these plot lines might have come back, and we're just.
And I think a lot of the problem with the DCEU, it was DCEU, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the unofficial title. I don't know if they ever actually gave it an official title.
I think the problem with all the problems from the DCEU come from Warner Brothers wanting to chase Marvel.
Yeah.
They're like, oh wait, they've done the Avengers. We need a team up movie now. It's like, well, we've not even done any films yet. Well, okay, we'll do Superman, but then do a team up movie. But how am I going to set up everything that's needed for the team up movie? I don't care. Do it. It's like,
that makes total sense. But it's to me, it's, they had the opportunity, and we never really got a Superman movie after. And this is what's unfortunate is we never got a singular Batman or a singular Man of Steel movie, and we never got a Man of Steel because after this, Henry Cavill blew up. Like,
I mean, why wouldn't he? He's incredible in this movie.
Yeah, he's really good.
Like, I don't think it's like Henry Cavill blowing up that's at fault as why we never got a singular Superman film with him in it again.
I mean, he'd be under some sort of contract. He'd be under sort of contract where he's obligated, right? The Marvel stuff does the exact same thing, where it's like you're committed to X number of films unless we say no, thank you, see you later.
But I think it comes completely down to the bullshit that, behind the scenes with Warner Brothers, like constantly changing things. Like, oh no, you need this, you need to do this. It's like, Jesus Christ, the stipulations they put on the Justice League. You have to do this. All right, you've done that. It's a 4-hour film. Well, it needs to be 2 hours. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to do all that stuff? Yeah. But you literally give me a laundry list of shit to do. How am I supposed to fit all that in 2 hours?
So we agree there's problems in the DCEU. Let's dial it back to Man of Steel.
Yeah, sorry.
So where were we? So we've kind of established that the plot is a bit of a jumbled approach. Mm-hmm. Works for some of us, doesn't work for all of us.
It's weird. It works and it doesn't work for me. Like, in one respect, I look at it and think, oh, it's very comic booky. This is the first issue. This is the second issue. This is the third issue.
Extremely comic book.
It's very much like that. But on the other hand, I've never been a fan of a lot of films where they jump around in the timeline a lot just using it as a narrative. Like, I remember it was when I was in film school, and I remember we had to look through this script. And it was one of those films where they'd written the timeline. It was all over the place. It's like you start one bit, then you jump back in time, then you go back to the present, and you go back in time again. And I said, this is rubbish. It doesn't make any sense. It's a boring ass story. It shouldn't messing the timeline up. It doesn't make it interesting. It's still a dull, boring story. And I got marked down because I basically didn't appreciate the narrative thing. But it's like, if your story's crap and boring and you just jump around everywhere, it's still a crap and boring story. Well, so I always kind of look at it like, if a story doesn't play well, chronologically, it doesn't play well if you split it up.
See, and for me, I agree with what you're saying, but for me the approach works in this one, and it's mostly because I can see the through narrative. So the narrative with this movie technically starts, I believe, at the oil tanker, and then it's his journey from there to basically where he finds the ship, he finds his ghost Robin Hood dead, and he puts on his Superman suit, and then he flies off and becomes Superman. There is kind of your normal narrative, and as we kind of go through that, we ping pong back and forth between events that kind of led him there. And that for me mostly works. I agree it's not the most exciting story in the world because it's really just, here you are an atom bomb. You are just a walking atom bomb. You can do whatever you want. What are you gonna do? And his space dad is you're there to be a beacon of hope. Our symbol means hope. Go be hope. And his Earth dad is the world is gonna judge you so hard. Keep it to yourself. Be safe. And they're both very dad approaches, the go be the hero dad and just live your life dad. And they're both very valid points of view. And it's up to Superman to figure out which of his two dads he's going to listen to. I love they both played Robin Hood. It just cracks me fun.
You know, you've got your Krypton liberal dad and your
Yep.
Kansas conservative dad.
Yeah, it's okay. And my two dads, like, which one are you gonna listen to? And I like that this whole movie is kind of like you see him wrestle with which dad is right at which point, and then he has to figure out for himself which one is it. And like, it eventually comes to a point where like you can't escape your past. His past is fucking coming for him with a fucking knife. And Zod shows up, and now he has to decide. He can no longer keep dancing around this. I'm gonna save a cat out of a tree, and then I'm gonna go work in a boat. Like, you can't keep doing both. You need to decide. And it's kind of forced upon him. And I like all of that. It makes it kind of a relentless. You don't really get to breathe in this movie. It just keeps going, and I like that. It's really grown on me.
But even without that push and pull of Space Dad, Earth Dad, they both have the same mindset, just from different angles. His Earth parents are like, you're going to change the world, but we want to protect you from having to make that choice until it's really necessary. We want you to have a normal life here as best as you can. Yes. Completely understandable. Totally. And then you have Jor-El, yeah. Then you have Jor-El sort of speaking to the aspirations that was placed on Clark Kent. So it is this like, what do I owe people versus should I be following my preordained destiny according to, zip drive dad. I mean, it's really more of those flash drives, right?
Yeah,
but
I would love to see a conversation like in that church conversation in this movie, which is my favorite scenes in the entire movie, of him sitting down with the priest. He's like, you know that person they're looking for? It's me. And just the close up on the priest and just the gulp. You just see his Adam levels like gulp. Like, I'm gonna do my job. I would love to just remove him and put in Chidi from The Good Place and just see how that conversation goes. It would be phenomenal.
That'll be great.
I can't imagine.
It would be a lot longer scene.
Yeah. Oh, I need a whiteboard.
Good show.
Oh, that was a really good show. Like, really good show.
The crossover we never knew that we needed.
Chidi and Superman. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure I could make AI make that at some point.
Well, no, please don't.
You imagine Chidi as Superman? Just trying to figure out who would save.
Everyone would be dead.
Nobody would be saved.
World, Lex wins.
And he's still scratching his head going, wait, which should I do? Should I do that
He's
first or do that?
He's just going, Trunks, no Trunks. Trunks, no Trunks.
I guess let's go to the costume then. How do we feel about the Superman costume?
I've always been iffy on it.
I don't mind it so much. Like it, my main issue with it is, and it's less to do with the costume, it's more to do with the general color palette of the film. Like, it's just very drab and washed out. Like, I know they're going for like super serious, blah, but it's like,
look at how grounded it is. This is a real superhero.
It's still
when did this movie come out?
2013, yeah.
2013, yeah.
Okay, so that was around the PlayStation 3 time frame where everything was brown and muddy.
It's also they're trying to nullify it. Like, they're trying to, like, look, the Dark Knight was real dark and gritty.
And that's the problem. That was always the problem with it. Like, every time, like, the first thing that I always saw of that was always like that you're doing this muted color palette where you're shooting it like a Batman film when actually Superman is supposed to be a bit more vibrant and bright. Yeah, you can do a grounded dark story, but don't mute the color
Ryan's
palette.
losing his mind.
I disagree.
Here's what I'm gonna say is I'm fine with the costume. It is what it is. It's Superman. It is a Superman costume. It hits the aesthetic. Whatever. It's the colors are a muted blue. Whatever. My thing is if Kryptonians are all wearing black, why the hell does he get a colorful suit?
I mean,
because he's a special baby boy.
No, that totally works for me because he's a child of two Earths. He's a child of two Earths. Even his dad says it. He's a child of both Earths. So that one works. That one totally is fine.
Okay,
I mean, can I? Yeah, I know what. Right, like, I think we're all missing a point here, though. Like, he gets the costume from the Explorer ship that crashed 20,000 years ago or something.
But that should have been there 10,000 years ago.
But even that, like, I don't even think that. I think the ship fabricated it for him when his dad showed up. He's like, you're getting this, and you're a child
Okay,
of
yeah.
Earth. You need both.
That makes sense. That makes
I
sense.
mean, yeah, we don't know if there's like an onboard tailor, I suppose.
Those robots can do so much.
I mean, yeah.
Murder and
So we're all on the same page that this works. Great.
I am, again, it's probably me. I'm totally for the muted color look on it.
it's fine.
It fits the movie.
Well, you consider like the threat here. So many times it's world-altering, life-threatening, genocidal events, right? But this is one of those cases where it's so very explicitly like we are conquering you, we're obliterating you, and remaking this planet in our image. It's all very serious and dark toned in that way. And yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I'm just a Nolan stan or something like that. But the Dark Knightification of this works for me.
That's all. Sorry, Brian. That's always been DC. You know, Marvel is very bright and colored. DC has always been the darker side.
Not Superman.
No way. The beginning it was the exact opposite. That's how they started.
Colors.
It started. DC was the bright and corny one.
Was it?
Yeah, Marvel was the grounded. We are in New York. We're not in Metropolis. Like, we're in a real world. It flipped. I want to say the 80s, 90s. It flipped to DC goes more dark. But like for a long time, like that was the thing. Like,
I think it depends on what character you're following. Like, you know, you compare, like, if you're saying that DC is always the darker, more gritty one, then it's like, well, okay, well, compare DC's Superman, which is usually quite bright and happy and very, like, you know,
to the Punisher.
To the Punisher. That is exactly what I was gonna.
I figured.
But it makes sense, like, you know, because then you have, like, you know, you go from that, and especially like the Garth Ennis Max line, you would go to a character that is so grounded and so gritty and so, like, you know, the Max line is basically fucking the comic book version of The Wire. It's so grounded and gritty. It's ridiculous.
No.
But like, so yeah, it's totally dependent on what character you're following in DC, which is the gritty, dark, muted colors one, which is the bright one. The fucking Green Lantern. The character
both
is
ways, man.
so green. Like, there's so much green, and like everything's bright. Like I think
his stories get dark. Like Hal Jordan kills entire planets and gets possessed. Like, those things go grim, man. Like,
yeah. But does the color palette go grim and dark?
Depending on who's drawing it, I guess.
I mean, even things like Batman, it has that really hokey, silly history, especially with the old live action TV show.
Yeah.
But my point of reference, as not a comic book person, was the animated series from the 90s,
which is also very dark.
And that's very dark, both tonally as well as just visually. And
so was the Superman show at the same time. That was also very dark.
Yeah.
Well, the Batman one, they literally drew it on black paper.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's how they got that contrast.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of little behind the scenes about most of the stuff that I watch, but that was one because it's such a distinct look, especially compared to everything else out there. But no notes on the animated series, but that's my point of reference, and that's probably partially why this stuff works so well for me.
Well, so for me, we'll kind of dial this back into Man of Steel, because this is something I think Man of Steel and next week's BVS, I think both of these movies understand it better than the rest of the DCEU. And it comes down to that thing that I know fans get mad about it, but I'm going to say it anyways. DC is about gods struggling to figure out how to become human, and Marvel is about humans struggling to figure out how to be gods. And these movies really get that. The Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, like, how do I exist as a human in these planets? Like, that is explored throughout both of these movies. And when we eventually get to the Snyder Cut, Justice League, we got to get through the Justice Cut first. I'm sorry. That one does not get it.
I mean, I never thought that I'd ever watch that film, and then lo and behold, we did a podcast where it's forcing me to do it.
Yes, of course.
How many times have you guys done these DC movies as podcasts?
This is, I think, my second time for Batman vs. Superman. My first for Man of Steel, maybe? We might have done it once back in the day, but not a lot.
Next week will be my second on Batman v Superman as well, because I was on the original ATH where we covered Batman vs Superman, and then we went off and did Zack Snyder's Justice League the week after.
Yeah, that's a good one. But so
I remember waking up at 4 o'clock, like 4 o'clock in the morning to record those ones as well, because
but they were good. These will be better. Keep listening. But that is something that I think Man of Steel has done very well. And like we get to the point at the end of the movie where like people got really mad about this, and I never fully understood why this one took the brunt of this hate. But the whole like superheroes having a fight in a city and the city getting demolished around them. This was like a big point of contention for this movie of like Superman kills so many people in this thing. It's like, well, Zod kills so many people. But I guess Superman, he does throw Zod into a lot of buildings. So
I am going to speak to that because that's one thing I noticed when watching this movie is how stylized they make all the carnage. You know, yeah, you're going to have a big fight, but the mass destruction, we've never seen the mass destruction and the scale that we've got with this movie. I mean, for a Superman movie, I mean, the explosions, the buildings crumbling, all of it. I've never seen destruction like this from a Superman movie before.
I think Zack Snyder was probably a fan of anime. Anime is full of this kind of stuff where it's like these battles between titans and then whole cities are being destroyed by knocking people into buildings and stuff like that. But it's also like, yes, that makes sense. You know, if the action's happening in a building and you have Superman, it makes sense that if he doesn't have control of the situation, there's going to be collateral damage. Right
now, to counteract that is I thought the approach with the beginning of BSV or BVS, sorry, showing from the ground all the destruction, then it made it a little bit more okay. All right, you know, seeing it from a civilian's perspective, you don't know what's happening; just stuff is falling around all around you.
Yeah. But here's my where I've always kind of been with this one, and like why I've always been at odds with this argument is as we've been talking throughout this entire episode, we're all agreeing that this is not Superman yet. This is him becoming Superman, him making that choice to become and to learn to be the Man of Steel. So he doesn't know what he's doing here. He's never fought really anyone before this. He's a pretty shit fighter throughout this movie. He gets his ass kicked by everyone from Krypton. Like they beat the fuck out of him. He mostly is just lucky. And like you're like, oh, because he has that Earth luck with him, because that's the only thing that makes sense. Because otherwise he should be losing every fight. So when it comes time to fight Zod, Zod is trying to destroy this city. That's his goal. He wants to kill as many humans as possible because Clark chose humans over his people, and he's going to punish him for it. So the goal for Zod is destroy the city, and Superman's trying to stop him, but doesn't know how. He's never done this before.
Yeah, it's like what Zod says as well, like about he was bred specifically to fight, and like, and Superman wasn't. Superman, like, and he said something about like, where did you learn?
Where did you learn? On a farm?
On a farm. Yeah. So it's like it's basically like one of us going up against just like some special forces trained super soldier. Like, of course we're gonna get our asses kicked. Like, you know, it's like, yeah, we like maybe we can like sort of go toe to toe for a bit, but they've got way more skill, way more experience. Like, so they're gonna win eventually, and especially when you're in that situation where it's like, if I punch you in the face, it's not going to hurt you. If you punch me in the face, it's not going to hurt me. So like, if it's just coming down to raw skill, and of course Zod's got more skill. He is literally bred to be a fighter, to be a general. Like
they both have experiences of preparing for the final battle a little bit too. Just part of, I mean, it's luck to some degree, but also they have those face masks. Things that they all wear that's supposed to be like preventing environmental intrusion, because they do the whole thing with Clark growing up where all the sensory stuff is just too much and he needs to learn to sort of hone and focus in on things. And they show the same thing with Zod at some point where he loses the mask, he's sort of gasping for air, struggling, and that's when Superman has the upper hand on him earlier in the movie. And he does the whole like, I'm going to inure myself to this since I'm stuck here anyway at the end, which is why it's such a competitive thing at the end, because you see it from the angle of Superman is learning how to fight better over time by fighting these generals and such. Zod is, as this established fighter, is learning to acclimate himself to the environment, and that's what makes it an evenish fight in the end.
Yeah.
And then
it also made me like, I saw like a criticism where they're like, oh, it took Superman like all of his childhood to get used to this, and then Zod to get used to it in 5 minutes. Well, yeah, that's again. He's
Military
bred to be
training.
a soldier.
Like-
That is literally like lesson number 1: how to acclimatize to your environment. Like,
Well, the flip that too is Superman is growing up. So like when you reach a certain age is when you're going to acclimate to these powers, whereas Zod is past that age and just getting bombarded with it all at once. So there's that argument to be made. So.
And they mentioned earlier.
Look at me
in the movie-
defending this movie.
I knew you'd end up liking it. But no, even like in the beginning of the movie when Jor-El's talking to Laura about sending him over there, she's like, "But it's got a yellow sun. Won't he be like insanely like?" They're aware that yellow suns amp them up. So like I have to believe Zod's trained under a yellow sun. I can make that leap in my head that he's like, "Oh, okay, this is what I'm doing. I know what. Okay, and we're ready. Let's do this." Like it.
and
I
not,
can make that leap.
even if it's not even necessarily a yellow sun as strong as ours, which is why it still hits us. Like, but he's still trained under like situations where like the different sun's radiation will have affected him in some way, or different environments where it affects them in a different way. Like like. This is the thing, like going back to the whole like soldier train. A soldier doesn't just train in the backyard.
Yeah.
They'll go to an Arctic environment, a desert environment. They'll go to a jungle environment. To get used to all these things, like especially elite soldiers, where they could be sent to anywhere. They need to be able to survive in as many different environments as possible. So it's a ridiculous argument to think that like Zod has not had some extreme training on acclimatizing to different environments, because for Christ's sake, he was a general in what was at one point a like galaxy spanning race.
Yeah.
Like not every planet is gonna be like Krypton. Like they literally go out and terraform different planets. Like who arrives at these different planets to begin the terraforming process? Usually soldiers.
Yeah.
So we've posited here that comic book fans are stupid losers. So, it's just let's just start with that preamble when we hear people complain about this. Comic
you're
book
wrong.
nerds are wrong, and they need to have
hang
some
on a minute.
perspective.
Comic book nerds are stupid losers. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just had a flashback to high school.
Yeah. I mean, but I didn't mean to trigger you, man. I'm sorry, but
I got so many comics right behind me right now.
Brian, I didn't exclude myself from that category other than comic book. I'm still a loser, just a different category of loser.
Hey, you read Preacher in high school, I remember.
I did. That was a very filthy book.
It was a filthy book. It's a good book.
It was
now.
great.
It is very good, very filthy.
Just saying, you read your fair share of comics.
Me and the woman's with boobs in.
Hell yeah.
There were some weird boobs in that one, but anyhow. So let's talk a little bit about, I want to talk about the action in this movie because it's different than what I expected when I sat down for a Superman movie. But before we do, we haven't really talked about like the rest of the cast of characters. We've really only talked about Man of Steel and Henry. Henry is amazing.
Yeah.
Everyone else in this movie is still very good. Diane Lane plays a very
I
good
love
Martha.
Michael Shannon.
Michael
Oh my God,
Shannon as Zod is amazing.
Michael Shannon is like the one actor in the world who I believe like has murdered someone. Like I swear to God, like, he's just got this look in his eyes of just like I swear he's got actual dead bodies somewhere. That he's
You know what? I will agree with you, but I'm going to give you one more. I'm going to go with Daniel Day-Lewis. I guarantee you, he's murdered someone just for the method acting of it all. He just has to
Yeah, probably,
understand what
actually.
it feels like to see the lights go out. Like that is a Daniel Day-Lewis. Like you're helping
Is
my
Dan-
craft.
Is Daniel Day-Lewis ever played a serial killer? Because like now I'm wondering if
Bill the
he's-
Butcher.
Just go ahead and say it.
Yeah.
If you have to experience something to act it out, then you're a bad actor.
You and Dustin Hoffman would agree. No, not Dustin Hoffman. The guy across opposite him in Marathon Man. I'm forgetting his name. The one who made
Laurence
fun of
Olivier?
her method. Thank you.
Lawrence Fishburne was a great Perry White.
So good.
Yeah.
I enjoy, like, I'm not a huge Perry White fan. Like, I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to get Perry White in this movie, but like, he made it entertaining. Like, Lawrence Fishburne's just an entertaining presence.
He serves his purpose.
Yeah.
That's all he needs to be.
And then I really liked, I'm forgetting his name, the guy from Law and Order and Oz.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
The
about.
guy who suicide bombs the thing at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah, Christopher Maloney. I think.
Yeah,
his
Maloney.
name is.
He's great. He's great. In
He's
everything.
great in this.
Whenever
Like,
he pops up, but like, he's so fun in this.
What I love about that is as well as like the flip of the line. Like
Mhm.
I don't. It's on my quotes list. Is that because it's just so good. Like the way that like what's her face like says it to him, and then he turns it around on her, and then he just goes like that with the
So good.
the joystick, and she just goes.
Like they gave him such
so
a
good.
good death. Like it's fantastic.
Yeah.
But then we got to talk Lois Lane. Like Amy Adams' Lois Lane was like that when they announced the cast list for this movie. Like we have Henry Cavill. I'm like the dude from the Immortals. Okay, I guess. Movie wasn't very good.
You leave Tarsum Singh out of this.
No. Style over substance. The director.
Yep. She was good. She was great.
She's great. Like she is a very like. Amy Adams was one of those actors, and I don't know what. She's not dead. Is one of those actors, who you throw a role at her and she's gonna give it her all. I don't think she knows how to phone in a performance, and she made her Lois Lane very comic booky and not very Margot Kidder, which I enjoyed. Like it wasn't like the one we just had, Rachel Brosnahan. She's great, and I like her a whole bunch. But she feels very Margot Kidder. She feels like she's emulating other Lois Lanes, where Amy Adams feels like it's Amy Adams' version of this comic book character. And I appreciated that. I think it was good. It made her, as Joel said earlier in this, it made her feel already very established. Like this movie lands, and Lois Lane is already very much Lois Lane. She's a pain in the ass. She's gonna get whatever story she wants, come hell or high water.
Everybody knows who she is and doesn't like her for it.
Exactly. Like she already has that vibe, and I think she did a great job with it.
My only problem with the depiction of Lois Lane in this film, because they make up for it in spades in the next one, is for the most part it's her telling everyone how good a reporter she is. Like she has that really kind of like, and I heard it this time, and it just made me sort of like go, oh, I don't like how that was like. I don't like that line at all. I don't know why, but it's where she goes, "I'm a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist." It's like, well, show us that though. Like it just felt like very much like, oh, I'm incredible. It was just like, oh, I don't like that.
Yeah.
There was two bits in it, and it was both around. It was like the other bit that got me was the that female Air Force person at the end who goes, he's kind of hot. It's like, oh no.
Well, I can't speak to that second part, but the first part, that's part of her story of being humbled after being this hot shit and realizing like your whole world is expanded and actually you're just a visitor in somebody else's.
I mean, I don't have a problem with her being like that kind
I like
of like
that
hot shit
explanation
thing.
of it. That works.
But it's like I just think like, they do a much better job in the next one of showing her as a reporter how good she is a reporter.
Both her and Clark become way better characters in the next movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, the relationship I feel is their relationship is it's different and it feels off to me.
Yeah. You mean her and Clark?
Her and Clark.
Yeah.
The fact that she is researching this story and discovers the ship and discovers him without any type of Clark Kent disguise and falls in love with Superman first, which is usually how the story goes, and then kind of falls in love with the persona of Clark. But like to me, it's like she's already figured all this out when that was originally supposed to be Superman's choice to tell her. So I don't. Maybe that's a testament to her character arc, is how good of a reporter she is that she's already deduced who Superman was and fallen in love with him, and even tracked him to Smallville. But like to me, it's I don't know. It's a character arc that I see the approach, but it doesn't sit well with me.
I'm just thinking now though of the Dark Knight Rises, where everyone's worked out that Bruce Wayne is Batman, apart from Commissioner Gordon.
Right.
Like, I would just say that last shot. We go, Bruce Wayne. It's like, yeah, everyone else know. Everyone else has figured it out.
Knows.
Yeah.
But no. My
Jason
wife and
found out.
This one hurts.
I'm fine with her knowing. I have bitter problems when a smart person is made to be stupid in a movie to fit a story.
And it makes sense that Lois would know anyway, because like even if they wanted to try and keep it a secret, she's gonna know the minute he turns up to work. Because she's been that close to his fate. There's no way that she's gonna be like, wait, you look like Superman with glasses on.
Well, remember, in the new Superman, they talk about the glasses. They are hypno glasses. That is actually a thing from the books.
Okay, Ryan, say what you want to say, because it's going to be less stupid than that.
It's
That's from the books.
That doesn't make it not stupid.
It's the approach. It's the fact that you've got someone who is supposed to be this brilliant reporter who lands an alien spaceship, sees an alien, and sits on it.
She doesn't sit on it.
No, I'm back Brian on that one. Like, yeah, she doesn't sit on it.
She writes the story.
She leaks
she
it.
can't- Yeah, she
and then
leaks it.
she's
Okay,
told that
but-
she can't.
But I guess she doesn't. Back to it.
My point has just been destroyed in front of me.
Yes, she leaked it. I guess it's the approach of the relationship then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just been so long, but this has been a really punchy episode, I feel.
I knew it would be. That's why I wanted to DCEU. Like, there's no way we get through these episodes going, yeah, they're fine.
I haven't talked about my two biggest faults yet.
All right, we'll do it because I want to start wrapping this one up.
Well, this is great because we're talking about actors, and you've got a great actor in Kevin Costner, and he plays a great father figure. I love what he does in BVS. But my biggest thing is Superman has to understand that he can't save everyone, and that is 100% in any iteration that I've seen or read. That he can't do it because Jonathan dies of a natural cause, and he can't save him.
It's a heart attack.
For him to go out like a bitch in a tornado, I think that's very problematic for me. You know, Clark could have easily went around the corner and hid and been like, okay, I'm gonna go grab him real quick. But
yeah, no, I will agree with you because I've read the storyline where Jonathan dies, and it is like heart-wrenching.
Yes.
If you've never read it, I highly recommend it. Like, it's this whole like time travel thing of like a fake Superman where fake Superman, like, you find out at the end it was the actual Superman. He got to say goodbye to his dad. It's very emotional and very well done. I agree with you that I don't like the death, but I see what they're going for.
I can see it, but because it's like you said earlier, it's like you have to decide, and he's protecting that choice for him.
Yeah.
But he has to understand he can't save everybody.
Yeah. But he learns that throughout the movie, and that he learns it with Zod instead.
That's my other thing.
Yeah, which you don't like that he kills Zod?
No.
I think it's needed. For the way they made this character, for the way the story is being told, that's him learning that he can't save everyone, and sometimes he has to make the hard choice.
And with the darker tone of the story, I can see it and I understand it. I don't think it's the right choice.
I also think as well, I'm not a big fan of him killing Zod, but at the end of the day, like, how else is he going to stop him? Because this Zod will not stop. So what's he going to do? He can't send him back to the Phantom Zone because that's
World Engine's gone. Yep.
World Engine's gone. It's all gone. So what does he do? Like that was the thing that, like, it always kind of bugged me a little bit about Superman 2 was the way that they got rid of Zod, and that was just, we'll just send you back to the Phantom Zone. Well, they'll probably get out again.
See,
like, and I know it's very comic booky of, like, you know, you don't kill the characters because they can come back in other issues, blah blah blah. But like, for this particular iteration of Zod, this one that is like, he's full blown rage red. I want to kill all of humanity because you killed, to punish you for killing Krypton. There's no way you can leave Zod alive, and there is no one else in that world that can kill Zod. So it has to be Superman.
His motivation is so much more personal than that. Like, he talks about losing, you know, the Kryptonian civilization, but it's not just that. He's like, you removed my purpose.
Yeah.
This is my only reason for existing, and now that you've taken that, I'm going to burn it all down. I don't care.
Well, and that, to go off what both you said, it's kill or be killed.
Yeah.
And I think that's the lesson that they're trying to show, because it is kind of a different tonal shift, because Zod will kill him to get the Codex information.
Yep.
And Zod will kill everybody to show that Superman has no choice. So it's to me, it's the direction they went in how they did it. You know, because you take that choice away from the Jonathan Kent and you put it towards the Zod, you're going to make a villain make him make that choice. I mean, I guess it's a deeper meaning, but it goes to deeper versus personal. And the personal is what makes, when he has to make that decision or realization that he can't save everyone, makes it a little bit more personal to who Superman is.
I saw a thing online which made me laugh, because like some guy was like trying to be a smart ass, saying like, well, you didn't have to kill him at that point. You could have just put his hands over his eye, and then, like, you know, then he wouldn't have been able to laser beam the family. Yeah, but that wouldn't stop.
Next?
Yeah, exactly. What happens next? That doesn't stop Zod. Zod does not stop. Like, he is basically said, you've destroyed my world. I'm going to destroy your world, and there is nothing you can do to stop me. Yeah, like, I will keep going. It's the sort of the idea of, you know, like, who would you have defending you against a Terminator? A Terminator, if it's after you, will not stop until you are dead or it is dead.
At the end of the day, they made a choice. Right, they made a choice with this movie about this is what has to happen, and they didn't cop out and do some wishy-washy thing where it's like some other circumstance takes care of it or whatever. That would have pissed me off if they didn't do
look,
that.
I found this ring that will put him in prison. Woo!
Right, and that's what Brian said. This movie takes swings, and I can appreciate those. I was still entertained by this movie, and I see them for entertainment. Doesn't necessarily mean I like the swings.
Yeah.
Let me throw my S at him, and it'll wrap him up.
Yeah. Like, let's turn back time by flying around the planet. Like one of the original most like.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
If that came out now, people would hate that movie.
Yeah. It makes no sense as well. Like you change the direction that the Earth's rotating. Well, you just stripped away the atmosphere. We're all dead.
Yeah, like he comes
turn
back, he's
back
like, all right, did I
time.
turn back time? Oh, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Ooh, I fucked
So
up.
wait, why does everyone look like they've just choked to death?
Thanks a lot, Superman.
Can you smell burning? Like what is that? It's like one old guy runs. That's the atmosphere, you dickhead.
Yeah, that's So, no Superman movies end perfectly. I think that's true. I don't think a single one has a solid ending through and through.
James Gunn, like the most recent one was okay. Yeah,
It's the best ending. He still,
it was good.
The movie ends with him yelling about wanting a hug. Like,
Yeah.
and I loved that movie, but it's still just like, oh, it hurt my feelings. Like, okay, I guess this works. I like the dog that comes in. That part's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan, did we hit both of the things you really did not like in this movie? You came off a lot more positive than I thought you were going to.
I mean, my biggest thing, like, I can take the movie as it is in terms of entertainment. Like, you know, I watched this one and it was fine. I still don't like it. I don't like the pacing. I don't like what they do to the characters to achieve their goal. And that's where my problem is.
Okay. So, yeah. So, I think we covered your biggest problems
Killing
with
Zod, Jonathan Kent's death, the story choppiness. This movie's got a great soundtrack. I listen to the theme when I'm running. It just, especially when I'm doing interval running, and how it builds. The cinematography, especially when they're in space, looks stunning.
In space, the fight sequences are shot so well. That the punch catch, like that is just so Superman awesome. The tentacles fighting him look very brainiac and crazy. This is the most unhinged live action Superman we had to date, and it's like feels like a Superman comic. Like, holy shit, did it feel like that? Whether or not you like the story is up to you,
Right.
But the look was there.
It was.
I'm just looking at my notes now to make sure we got everything. A lot of my notes are, damn, Clark sucks at fighting.
I mean, I took some notes, but I've not actually like referred to them at all in this episode yet. Like, just because
I haven't either.
the
That's why I'm looking at it
conversation
now.
we've just been, it's been a really nice sort of like
We're
flowing
feeding off each other.
conversation.
It's great. Like, I get the I watch the movie and be entertained. Like, but you know, my qualms are my qualms. I can still detach from that. I know the director, and that's part of why being a movie nerd is I can detach myself and know a particular person's style and be like, okay, I'm fine with this, because you're not going to expect anything else unless they really throw a curveball. You know, Snyder's going to take swings.
Yep.
You don't have to agree with the swings, and you can just sit there and be like, all right, well, let's just get past this part, which is what I did.
All right. Let's do some quotes. We'll start with Matt, because that seems like the best place to start usually.
A good death is its own reward. That's the Colonel dude saying it back to whatever her name is, though, because I just like the flip around that, like, she says it to him earlier on, just as she's about to kill him, and then he sort of like looks up at her and like says it back to her, and then just like nudges the joystick on the craft, and they just like nosedive into the ship. I think that's great. That.
And it works really well because it's the weaker one getting the comeuppance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's just the look on his face. Like, Christopher Maloney, like, really does a great job with that look, because he's just got this kind of like, yeah, I'm gonna die, but you're going with me.
Yeah, he's really satisfied with himself.
He is like,
Yeah.
like, I'm going out, and I'm going out.
You can almost like see the look of his like, oh, I'm gonna get to say the thing she said to me earlier. It's like, ha ha ha, fuck you.
My quote is not a very fun quote, but it always sticks with me, and I don't have the entire thing written down, so I'm probably gonna butcher it anyways. So I guess it doesn't stick with me that much. Anyhow, it's when Zod is getting arrested and like put into the Phantom Zone, and he's yelling at Laura, that whole like "I will find him," like just that pure, like unfiltered rage, just like that level of screaming where you don't even know how loud that you're yelling. It's just I need this message to get to you. And it's like, you just feel that passion. Like, you lose Michael Shannon in that scene entirely. That's just Zod. And that is Zod being very, very mad that he's getting arrested. Like,
I think Michael Shannon is phenomenal. Like, he's a phenomenal actor. Like, I think he's so good. And, like, him as Zod it elevates the film. Because all the sort of, like, the rage and the hate and everything, you feel that through the screen. Like, and that's why I was, like, when we were talking about, you know, why did he have to kill Zod, blah, blah, blah. It's because Zod would not give him any other choice. It's literally kill him or he will kill everyone. And you believe
he even
that.
yells it at him in that scene. Zod, stop! Never!
Yeah.
He's so mad.
He has a very good shouty voice as well.
He does.
I will fight him!
So good.
So good.
Can't wait to see him in The Flash, right?
I heard that happens.
It happens. It's
Or it happened to you.
I actually like the Flash movie. I don't love it. There's very little to love, but you can have a good time watching that movie. There is an entertaining movie in there. It's just there's also a very bad movie in there. You just kind of wrestles with each other the whole time. Go ahead, Ryan.
Mine's between Clark and General Swanwick, who is played by Harry Lennox, also very good in this movie. But he brings down the drone, and Swanwick goes, "Are you effing stupid?" And Superman goes, "It's one of your surveillance drones." And Swanwick goes, "That's a $12 million piece of hardware." Superman goes, "It was, and I know you're trying to find out where I hang my cape. You won't." Swanwick then says, "Then I'll ask you the obvious question. How do you know you won't one day act against America's interest?" And Superman comes back with the best comeback ever. "I grew up in Kansas, General. I'm about as American as it gets."
It works.
It works. Very timely right now.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think Superman would be, like, you know, helping Ice out at the moment. Oh, wait a minute. One of them is.
I mean,
There is a Superman in Ice.
I would say it probably depends on the comic book.
We are in a dark timeline. I mean, we got the shittiest Superman helping Ice right now, but still.
Fucking Dean
That's fine.
Cain.
Terry Hatcher would have beat his ass.
Grasping so tightly to relevance.
I know, right? He's like, please let me be relevant, Daddy Trump.
I think my favorite part was them showing him doing the very low bar tests and him still floundering on live TV.
I'm watching you
fun.
and like I'd probably look about as good as him right now, but I know better than to do it on live TV.
Yeah, you've got the good sense not to embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
Publicly.
All right, Joel, what was your quote?
I will harvest the codex from your son's corpse and rebuild Krypton atop his bones.
That
And
was
it goes
Cheery
back to
line.
So nice.
It's the delivery. It's the delivery.
Yeah.
Like, here I am arguing with ghosts.
I honestly like. I feel like Michael Shannon could read the phone book and make it sinister. Like he's just so good. Like the way he delivers his lines and everything.
His whole like showing Superman his plan and then him like getting drowned in skulls. That entire sequence is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like this movie. I'm glad we all do. Just can't help myself.
I enjoy it. I think there are flaws in it. Like it's.
I enjoy it.
It's a good movie.
I think
Whatever.
next week's is a lot better. though.
I agree.
Like, I genuinely think next week's is a lot better. Like I
Interesting.
really
Next week,
enjoy it.
Ultimate Cut is a step better. The original theatrical version that I
the
saw in
original-
the theater is a steaming pile of dog
Because
shit.
they cut the story out. Like
Good thing I was told explicitly not to watch the original.
Yes, we are. That was
yeah.
man. We did that once and it did not go well, so we're never doing that again. All right. Do we have anything to plug this week? I'm not really feeling a pluggy mood. Is anybody feeling a pluggy mood?
Nah.
Yeah.
All right, great. So tune in next week when we talk more. We're gonna do BVS, the ultimate fan. Still, people fighting about this movie 10 years later. Movie. I think the only movie that gets this much fan hatred and love would be like Last Skywalker. No, Last
Rise of
Jedi.
Skywalker.
Last Jedi.
I'm starting to erase the sequel
Oh,
trilogy
you
from my
mean
brain.
one of the better new Star Wars movies?
Yeah, the good one that everyone
Yeah.
hates. Yeah. Well, not the only good one. There's Rogue One, which we will do when we eventually cover Andor, because Joel told me he hasn't seen Andor, so we have to do that for this show at some point.
I mean, to be honest, like I would rather do Andor than Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree.
Like honestly, like Andor and then lead into Rogue One.
That's what we're gonna do. It's
It's
gonna be
fucking-
great. That might be the sequel series to this one, because Joel needs to see Andor.
If we do that, it's probably going to be my second least favorite one behind if we ever do the MCU.
You say
that's
that
where-
now, but
that's
you
where it
will
ranks.
like Andor. I
You will like
guarantee
Andor.
you will like it because it doesn't feel like Star Wars. It's not a Star Wars show. It's a
Th-
political.
then it
thriller.
has a chance. Then
Like,
it has
it is-
a chance.
It is a political thriller that hits you in the fucking nuts. It's so
Yeah.
good.
It is pretty good.
All right.
So yeah, but first tune into the rest of the DCEU. We're gonna watch that first. All right. Bye.
Bye. Martha.
I will find him.
Martha.